Hey, and welcome to the final opening, the opening of the 35th and 36th pack from the Ikoria booster box, and also the opening of the final packs from Theros Beyond D bundle and the Throne of Eldraine bundle. So let's get these last packs opened. All right, so there we go. And let's get the boxes out of the way. We don't need those anymore. All right, and let's mix it up a little bit. Let's take them in kind of chronological order this time. So let's start out with Throne of Eldraine, Theros, and then the two Ikoria boxes. Oh, the two Ikoria packs, sorry, from the box. So let's see what we have here. Again, this is a set inspired by fairy tales, so mostly grim fairy tales, but also other different kind of fairy tales as well. All right, let's see what we have. All right, the first card is a common enchantment Aura, Trapped in the Tower. So it's a white common. It cost one and one white to cast, and it says enchant creature without flying. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So pretty good to neutralize some creatures there. Then we have a black common creature, a scepter, the Reaper of the Night. It's a 4/5 creature that costs 5 and 2 black to cast, and it says whenever Reaper of the Night attacks, if defending player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, it gains flying until end of turn. And it also has the adventure ability, a sorcery, Harvest Fear for 3 and a black. Target opponent discards 2 cards. So pretty cool. Then we have the Embereth Paladin, a red common creature, a human knight that costs 3 and a red to cast. It's a 4/1 that has haste, and it has adamant. So if at least 3 mana was spent to cast this spell, Embereth of Paladin enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Then we have a blue common sorcery, the Unexplained Vision. So it's a blue that costs 4 and a blue to cast, and it says draw 3 cards, and it has adamant. So if at least 3 blue mana was spent to cast this spell, scry 3. So also pretty cool. Then we have Ardenvale Paladin, a white common creature, a human knight that costs 3 and a white to cast. It's a 2/5 and it has adamant. So if at least 3 white mana was spent to cast this spell, Ardenvale Paladin enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Then we have the Jousting Dummy. So a common artifact creature, a Scarecrow Knight. So it is a knight. It costs 2 to cast. It's a 2/1 creature. And for 3, Jousting Dummy gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So you can boost it, although it is a pretty high cost to boost it. Then we have Blow Your House Down, a red common sorcery that costs 2 and a red to cast, and it says up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Destroy any of them that are walls. So this is pretty cool to actually destroy some walls. Then we have Wolf's Quarry, the 3 little piggies there, as you can see. It's a common green sorcery that costs 4 and 2 green to cast, and it says create 3/1/1 green boar creature tokens. With this creature, when this creature dies, create a food token. And you can also pay 2. Oh, sorry, that's me mistaking here. It's of course just the food token ability there. So that's pretty cool. And of course, that's from the 3 Little Pigs story. Then we have Queen of Ice. So it's a common blue creature, a human noble wizard. It costs 2 and a blue to cast, and it's a 2/3 creature, and it says whenever Queen of Ice deals combat damage to a creature, tap that creature. It does not untap during its controller's next untap step. So actually pretty cool to neutralize. Then it has the adventure ability, a sorcery, Rage of Winter, cost 1 and a blue, and it says tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So again, pretty cool neutralizer for creatures. There are a lot in this particular set to neutralize creatures. All right, then we have for the first uncommon, we have an uncommon creature, a human peasant, shepherd of the flock. So it's a 3/1 creature that costs 1 and a white to cast, and it has adventure ability, an instant usher to safety. For 1 white, return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. All right. That's pretty cool as an instant, actually. All right, and then we have Mystical Dispute, a uncommon instant, blue instant, and that costs 2 and a blue to cast. And it says this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a blue spell and counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Oh, pretty cool. Actually, pretty cool artwork on that as well. Very nice. All right. Then we have the Deathless Knight, a uncommon multicolor creature, a skeleton knight, cost either 4 black or 4 green to cast. It's a 4/2 creature with haste. And it says when you gain life for the first time each turn, return Deathless Knight from your graveyard to your hand. So that is actually pretty cool if you can gain some life in your deck as well. You can get it back from your graveyard. All right. And then we have the rare, which is a white creature, a human peasant that is the Giant Killer. So it's a creature, a 1/2 creature that costs 1 to cast, and it says for 1 and a white and tapping it, tap target creature. And it also has the adventure ability as an instant, chop down. So for 2 and a white, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Oh, that's pretty nice, actually. Ooh. And then we have a foil rare. We have the Bone Crusher Giant. So it's a rare red creature, a giant that's cost 2 and a red to cast, and it's a 4/3 creature. It says whenever Bone Crusher Giant becomes target of a spell, Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. And it also has the adventure ability as an instant, the Stomp. For 1 and a red, damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. So pretty cool, and a very nice foil there, actually. Looks very nice, and I think that's also the extended art of this set, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, very cool. Then we have a swamp, and we have a little piggy, a little boar. All right, on to Theros Beyond D. So let's just move these into frame so you can actually see end result here. All right, Theros Beyond D. Let's see here, and this is more or less, of course, inspired by Theros and also inspired by Greek mythology. All right, and we have the first common is a blue common enchantment creature, a spirit, the Eidolon of Philosophy. So it's a 1/2 creature that costs one blue mana to cast, and for 6 and a blue, sacrifice Eidolon of Philosophy, draw 3 cards. So pretty cool, but it is a high mana cost. Probably why it's a common. All right, then we have the Nexus Wardens, sorry. It's a green common creature, a satyr archer. So it costs 2 and a green to cast. It's a 1/4 creature, and it has reach. So it also has constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 2 life. Then we have a common artifact, the Traveler's Amulet. So for 1 mana to cast, and then 1 mana for 1 mana, sacrifice Traveler's Amulet, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So pretty cool to get those lands in your hand. And actually a very low mana cost to do it. Oh, anyway, the next one is a white common enchantment aura, the Indomitable Will. So for 1 and a white, it has flash. It costs 1 and a white to cast, of course. It has flash, enchant creature, and enchanted creature gets +1/+2. Nice. Then we have a red common creature, an elemental hound. So it's the Underworld Rage Hound. It's a 3/1 creature that costs 1 and a red to cast, and it says Underworld Rage Hound attacks each turn, each combat if able. So each time you have a combat phase. It also has escape for 3 and a red, exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. And Underworld Rage Hound escapes with a +1/+1 counter on it. So pretty nice, actually. Then we have a green common enchantment aura, Citizen Training. So it costs 1 and a green to cast, and it says enchant creature you control. When Citizen Training enters the battlefield, draw a card, and enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has trample. So actually a pretty good common boost card there. Then we have a white common enchantment creature. We have a Griffin, the Transcendent Envoy. It's a 1/2 creature with flying that costs 1 and a white to cast, and it says aura spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So cool for those aura spells. Then we have a black common instant, Final Death. So it costs 4 and a black to cast, and it says exile target creature. Then we have a blue uncommon creature, a bird, the Vexing Gull. A 2/2 creature that has flash and flying, and it costs 2 and a blue to cast. So actually pretty good for the mana cost there. And then for the uncommon, we have a black uncommon creature, a zombie, Gray Merchant of Asphodel, I think. Asphodel. So it's a 2/4 creature that costs 3 and 2 black to cast. And it says, when Gray Merchant of Asphodel enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. So this is actually very, very powerful in a multiplayer game, because you should be able to get to round 5, and if your devotion is high enough, you can gain a lot of life with that. Then we have the a red common creature, a Zeta Soldier, Heroes of the Revel. So it's a 4/4 creature that costs 4 and a red to cast, and it says, when Heroes of the Revel enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red Zeta creature token with this creature can't block. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Hero of the Revel, creatures you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So, nice little fast boost there. Then we have another red uncommon. This time it's an enchantment aura, Impending Doom. So it costs 2 and a red to cast, and it says enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and attacks each combat if able. When enchanted creature dies, Impending Doom deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. So that can either be a good thing or a bad thing. And then for the rare, we have the Wavebreak Hippocamp. So it's a blue rare enchantment creature. It's a horse fish. And that's a 2/2 and costs 2 and a blue to cast. And it says, whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw a card. So pretty cool. You can get a lot of card drawing out of that. Then we have a plains. Oh, and then we have a uncommon. Oh, a uncommon black legendary enchantment creature, a demigod in foil. So it's the Timarad, Chosen from Death. It's a 2-star creature that costs 2 black to cast, and it says I think it's Timarad. Timarad toughness is equal to your devotion to black, and for 1 and a black, exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. Oh, it doesn't even say your graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. So it doesn't say that it needs to target creatures, but if you do target creatures this way, you gain life. And it's also a very nice foil. And I believe that this might actually also be one of the different arts, the kind of the constellation arts from this set. So very nice card there. All right, and then we have a human soldier token. Okay, so let's get into the Ikoria packs here. The first one, or the first one of the stream, this is the 35th pack from the Ikoria booster box. So second to last. And let's see if we got anything good. All right. The first card is a blue common creature. It's an elemental jellyfish, the Glimmerbell. So it costs 1 and a blue to cast. It has flying. It has 1/3. And for 1 and a blue, untap Glimmerbell. So that is actually pretty cool for kind of a blocker, flying blocker. There, let's see, is that kind of in frame? I think so, yeah. All right, then we have a red common creature, an elemental serpent. It's a 5/5 creature with haste. It is the lava serpent, sorry. It costs 5 and a red to cast, and it also has cycling for 2. Then we have a common creature, a cat. Sorry, I don't know if you hear that sound, but somebody's scratching on something. You probably can't hear it. It's probably not getting picked up by the microphone, but it's pretty annoying. All right, we have a white common creature, a cat, the maned Seville. So it's a 1/4 creature. It costs 1 and a white to cast, and it has vigilance. So very nice. Then we have a black common creature, a human soldier, the Whisper Squad. So it's a 1/1 creature that costs 1 black mana to cast, and for 1 and a black, search your library for a card named Whisper Squad, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So this again could be pretty cool for some standard decks or some pauper decks even. Then we have Sudden Spinnerets. It's a green common instant that costs 1 green to cast, and it says target creature gets +1/+3 until end of turn. Put a reach counter on it and untap it. So pretty cool for an instant there. Then we have the Thieving Otter, a very cute otter. It's a blue common creature, an otter. It costs 2 and a blue to cast. It's a 2/2 creature, and it says whenever Thieving Otter deals damage to an opponent, draw a card. Then we have a black common creature, a beast. It's the Boot Nipper. So it's a 2/1 creature that costs 1 and a black to cast, and it says Boot Nipper enters the battlefield with your choice of a death touch counter or a lifelink counter on it. So I really do enjoy those cards where you get to choose when you cast it what kind of ability you want it to have. Then we have a white common creature, a human soldier, the Snare Tactician. So it's a 2/3 creature that costs 2 and a white to cast, and it says whenever you cycle a card, tap target creature an opponent controls. Oh, very nice. Then we have a green common sorcery. It's the Survivor's Bond. So it costs 1 and a green to cast. Choose one or both, return target human creature from your graveyard to your hand, and or return target non-human creature from your graveyard to your hand. Then we have a creature. This is a colorless creature. It's the Farfinder, a fox. So it costs 3 mana to cast. It's a 1/1 creature with vigilance, and it says when Farfinder enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So actually pretty good to get those manas going. And then for the first uncommon of the pack, we have the Cunning Nightbonder. It's a multicolor creature, a human rogue. It's a 2/2 with flash, and it's cost 2 blue or 2 black to cast, I guess. And it says spells with flash you cast cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. Oh, very nice, very cool. For a flash deck, I guess. Then we have a red uncommon instant. It's the Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. It costs 1 and a red to cast, and it says Blitz of the Thunder Raptor deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. Alright. And then we have another uncommon, this time it's a green uncommon sorcery, Charge of the Forever Beast. So it costs 2 and a green to cast, and it says, as an additional cost to this, to cast this spell, reveal a creature card from your hand. Charge of the Forever Beast deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the revealed card's power. Oh, very nice, very cool actually. And then we have for the rare, we have a multicolor sorcery. We have the Ruinous Ultimatum. So it costs 2 red, 3 white, and 2 black to cast, and it says destroy all non-land permanents your opponents control. So pretty cool board wipe, but only for your opponents in this case. And then we have a swamp and some tokens. All right. So last pack of this series of packs from the Ikoria booster box opening plus more. Let's see what we have in the last pack. So the last pack of the box. The first card is a green common creature, the Brushwag, a almighty Brushwag. So it's a creature, a 1/1 creature with trample. It costs 1 green to cast, and for 3 and a green, almighty Brushwag gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Very useful for that trample effect, or that trample ability. Then we have a blue common creature, a otter, the thieving otter again. So again, this is one we already had once before. Then we have a red common sorcery, Tentative Connection. So it costs 3 and a red to cast, and it says this spell costs 3 less to cast if you control a creature with menace. So only for 1 red. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Pretty cool. Overtaking ability there. Then we have a white common creature, a human cleric. It's the Draneth Healer. So it's a 2/2 creature that costs 1 and a white to cast, and it says whenever you cycle another card, you gain 1 life, and it also has cycling for 1. Then we have a black common instant. It's the Unexpected Fangs. So it costs 1 and a black to cast, and it says put a +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter on target creature. Then we have a green common sorcery. We have the Adventurous Impulse. So for 1 green, it says look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Nice. Then we have a white common in instant. It's the Coordinated Charge. So for 4 and a white, it says creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn, and it has cycling for 2. So pretty cool little boost there, although a high mana cost. And then we have a green common instant, the Fully Grown. So for 2 and a green, you get target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Put a trample counter on it. Oh, very nice with the trample counters. Then we have Eye of Sauron. Again, that's not the card, but it is a red common instant called Fire Prophecy. Costs 1 and a red to cast, and it says Fire Prophecy deals 3 damage to target creature. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If you do, draw a card. So, but it does look kind of like the Eye of Sauron. I think the pupil is a little bit different, but pretty much the same graphics. Then we have a insect colorless, the Adaptive Shimmerer. So it's a creature, colorless creature. It has 0/0 and flash, costs 5 to cast, and it says Adaptive Shimmerer enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. So it is a 3/3 creature with flash. Insect. Should I say it is a creature, but it is an insect variety. All right, and then for the uncommon, we have a green uncommon creature, a spider, the Glowstone Recluse. So it costs 2 and a green to cast. It has reach and it has 2/3, and it has mutate as well for 3 and a green. And it says whenever this creature mutates, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. So if you get that thing mutating fast, then you can boost it very, very quickly. All right, then we have a white uncommon enchantment. We have the Sanctuary Lockdown. So for 2 and a white, it says humans you control gets +1/+1, so great for those human decks. And for 2, tap 2 untapped humans you control, and you get tap target creature an opponent controls. So again, a good card for those human decks. Then we have an uncommon black creature, a human cleric. It's the Duskfang Mentor. So it's a 1/3 creature that costs 2 and a black to cast, and it says when Duskfang Mentor enters the battlefield, put a lifelink counter on target non-human creature you control. And for 1 and a black and tapping the Duskfang Mentor, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with lifelink. So cool if you have a lot of creatures with lifelink. Oh, and then we have, for the rare or mythic, in this case it's a mythic rare, we have a multicolor and a legendary creature, a human wizard. We have Riel the Everwise. So it cost 1 and a blue to cast, 1 and a blue and a red to cast, and it has 0/3, and it says Riel the Everwise gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each round, draw that many cards. So pretty cool drawing effect, and also of course a mythic, so it should be good effect. And then we have a swamp and a dinosaur creature token. All right, well, this was the contents of the 35th and 36th booster pack. So the last 2 booster packs of the Ikoria booster box, and also the last 2 packs from the Theros Beyond D bundle, and also the Throne of Eldraine bundle. Hope you enjoyed the little series here. Please, if you did enjoy both the video and the series, leave a like, and if you have any comments for me, please leave a comment. If you are interested in upcoming streams and videos from my channel, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell if you do want to get notifications. I think the next time I'm going to open some of these Magic cards is going to be the Core 2021 box, which I am receiving on the 3rd of July when it comes out. So right after there, look out for some streams opening some packs from that. But again, until next time and next video, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.